live discussion. And if anybody is there who's in the group, please share this live in the group so people can join. Amanda, if that's you, then please do share it in the group. All right, now I am going to start again with a Ganesh mantra. गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे गविं कवीणामुपमश्रवसमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणा ब्रह्मणस्पतयान शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं महागणपतये नमः. So this shloka proves that Ganpati is the Vedic Brahmanaspati. Okay, as I've discussed in the last videos. Hello, welcome. Now, if I think Michael's not around, I'm not sure, but I don't think he's around. But you can just drop this on the group. That will alert everybody else and they can just join. Now, the thing is that somebody had asked in the group that I am new here. So how do I start? Now, again, I'm going to repeat myself. Hello. Again, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. If you have not read the book, if you have not had any interaction with Uchishta Ganapati, then consider this to be a very lucky moment in your life. For you are truly being introduced to something glorious. So allow yourself to feel the magic. Start with any of the Ganpati Bijas, Om Gam, most popular, or Om Gim, Om Gum, or you can do Om Glaum. Alright, it actually depends entirely upon you. What is the Bij that you are attracted to? Start with that. Build up your practice, and then when it feels right, if you cannot get initiation, and initiation is not a free process because a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of samagri has to be bought. Whole 2 hours the puja has to be prepared, 2-3 hours the puja is done, and after that the clearance. So and a lot of stuff has to be bought. So it's not a free process. Okay, if you can't afford to get a diksha, if you don't have the resources, then just start with a Ganpati Bij. That is good enough. And leave the rest onto Chishta Ganapati. For when you are ready, you will be shown the next levels. Alright. Now, last time we had discussed Ganpati as the combination of 5 deities of the Rig Veda. Brahmanaspati, who was responsible for all our food, sustenance. Alright. Brihaspati, the great guru, okay, the great teacher. Indra, the ruler of the gods. Agni, and Rudra. Then I said that as time evolved, Ganpati, the Ganpati mutated or transformed into Vachaspati. Vachaspati being the god of the Vratas, the non-conformist tantrics. So Vachaspati became Vachaspati Indragni. Vachaspati Indragni. But today the discussion carries on deeper. Because it's all right, oh, I'm worshipping Ganesha, he removes obstacles. I've heard somewhere he, gives wealth. But why? Where did he evolve from? Who is Ganesha? And why do millions of people, billions I would say, people around the world, whether they are Hindu or not, why do they know his name? Who is he? So all these kinds of things are inherent in a human mind, questioning to know who is Ganpati. Yeah, we've surrendered to him. Yeah, we love him. But who is he? So you've understood he is Brahmanaspati, Brihaspati, Indra, Agni, Rudra. Then later on he evolves into Vachaspati, Indragni. And then now we see the Smriti context of Ganpati's evolution. So Shukla Yajurveda mentions that there are numerous Ganpatis at this stage. Okay, Mahidhara commenting on one of the lines from Shukla Yajurveda, said that the word Gana means, yes, he does. He has a little vampire with him. So we have Vachaspati Indragni now mutating into slowly becoming the Ganpati we know today. Okay, and Mahidhara had said that the word Gana refers to celestial troops. Celestial troops and Pati's leader. So the leader of celestial groups, divine groups of being. Alright. Now this I mentioned in my book, upcoming book, also that Mahabharata, in the Mahabharata there is a mention of Ganesha. Right, and Ganesha there is associated to Vinayaka, the leader, the very, supreme leader of parallel universes. Okay, they say many worlds, but many worlds actually means different universes. So every single universe within it has a Ganpati. It has a Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. But everything that ever was or will be originated from the great Mother Goddess, Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni. You can know her by many names. She's Kali, she's Tripura Sundari, Parabhattarika. She's got many names. So she is a supreme ruler from everything, from whom everything emanates. And Ganpati is her beloved child. I told you that gravity is the expression of space and time. Space being Kali, space being Tara, time being Kali. And we also see that Ganesha in the ancient Rigvedic texts, they said Ganesha he resides in the Parama Vyoma, the great Antariksha. Right, so we now come to a more recent understanding in the Smritis, the Mahabharata times, right? So the epic also speaks, right, of these Vinayakas, these celestial rulers, right, of parallel worlds. They are kind of like mischievous, and they're great troublemakers. So in the last live, somebody was saying that, Ganesha is a mischief maker. So I was like, yeah, okay. And then bam, out popped a mouse. But now I'm going to tell you how in the Mahabharata it is mentioned that these Vinayaks, okay, we know Ganpati, one of his names is Vinayak. These guys were troublemakers. That's why he's Vigna Karta, Vigna Raja. So these troublemakers, right, and they had to be propitiated before any other ritual. Na puja, Vigna Karta, Nrilam Athava Prathamam Krita. So this translates to that these Vinayaks are going to cause mischief. If you do not, so is the live on the WhatsApp group? Do share it if the live is not on the WhatsApp group. And somebody was asking a question of how to start. I've also mentioned okay, perfect. So these Vinayaks that was spoken of in the Mahabharata, they were known to be trouble creators if they were not propitiated before any other ritual. Okay, so this is something to remember, that there is a malefic side to Ganpati. There is a malefic energy here as well. So there's another text called Harivangsha, okay, which also gives us this list of troubleshooters. And the 10th Skanda episode of Putani Vadha enlarges the list to include evil spirits. So obviously then there was an association in the Mahabharata time to the Vinayaks being malefic spirits. Okay, like who, if you do not, they were of course awesome great lords of multiple worlds in creation. So there is that, right? And if you did not propitiate them, then they would, alright. Yes, yes. Okay, perfect, perfect. So if they were not propitiated, then they would cause problems. Now at this point, I'm saying that in life, when we kind of like don't know what to do, we don't know where to go, or we just don't know what now. Like sometimes you just feel stuck, or circumstances have become such that there is literally no way out. We don't know what to do. So at that point, it could be that Vinayaka or Ganesha is creating all these obstacles for you, so you take notice. What is disease? Dis-ease. Tell me, when you're really happy, how many people think of God? How many people think of God when they are happy, when they're prosperous? A minuscule amount, to be absolutely truthful. When we have problems, oh my God, God, get me married. God, make me pass this examination, although I did not study a line of it. God, give me a new husband. I don't like my old one, right? So, a lot of these sufferings, this dis-ease that is caused within us, it helps us to focus. And hello, no, I just started. So it helps us to focus when things go wrong, when things go, like nothing is working out. If your life is in such a state, then you need to take a break from everything and worship Ganesha. So if you've not been initiated in Hasti Pisashi, start off with a beach. Gam, Gim, Goom, Glaum, right? Anything. Start off with Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Danti Prachodayat. This is a Vedic Gayatri. So anything works. So now we come back to the Mahabharatas and how these Vinayaks that were depicted there were kind of like, if you really look at it from a egocentric point of view. Can you hear? Yeah, okay. My audio is okay, right? You can hear me, right? You guys can hear me, right, Amanda? You can hear me, right? I hope. Because I don't want to be blabbing on and you guys can't hear me. Okay, great, perfect. So, these impediments, that these obstacles that we face in life is sometimes because we need to understand the archetype of Ganesha. We need to understand the importance of Ganesha before we can progress on to the next stage in life. Okay? Only if we can progress to the next stage, only once we understand what Vignakarta is suggesting to us. If we don't pay heed, if we don't listen, if we don't learn, then we are stuck in the same situation, same wife, same kids, same parents asking you to study, same boss in the office. There's something wrong. If you don't like your life, there's something wrong. It's causing you dis-ease. That's when you need to just stand still. And from a deep place within, straight rising up through your Mooladhara chakra, you need to visualize little roots coming out. Ganpati is also invoked in tree roots, right? So all you need to do is take a deep breath, release. You need to feel your Mooladhara chakra connected to the earth, connected to the heart, the anahat of the earth, like little roots creeping straight inside. And then you need to just resonate with the sound of Ganpati. And at this point in life, I mean those of us, those of you, not us, those of you that follow this channel, you're not starting off. Yes, you know something. That's why you're here, because I would think that this channel is not honestly just catering to newcomers, because I speak of quite advanced concepts. Like, I will not suggest that you just do any stotra of Ganpati. That comes like in the beginning. But if you're already here, then that means you need to look a little deeper. In that case, when you're visualizing the Mooladhara going into the earth, you feel vivified by it. You need to resonate with any one of Ganpati Bijas. So, Om Gang, Om Gim, Om Gum, Om Glam. Just do this. And I tell people 108 times, like, oh my God, 108 times, yuck. Like, come on, people. You don't want to spend any money on your spirituality, yet you're on Amazon buying things you don't need. You don't want to spend 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes doing 108 japas, and you're out there doing everything that will just add to your suffering. So, let's get real. Who's a good businessman? A good businessman understands the investment that you do. What are you investing in? Are you investing in your peace? For if you are peaceful. Are you investing in your progress? And spiritual progress, now I'm some kind of big spiritual guru and you guys are like, nothing, I know it all, I know what I know. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is love. Spirituality is true brotherhood, true compassion. That only can happen if your Anahata chakra is open. It just doesn't happen. So, now you may say that there are people like Jane Goodall, that lady who was an environmentalist. There are people like that who don't do sadhana but who are so connected. Why? You know why? It's because when she lives with those orangutans, day in, day out, studying them, loving them, being with them, do you think that is any less than a sadhana? Out in the jungles, out in the wilderness, one lone woman with a pack of gorillas or chimpanzees or, that is sadhana, my friend. When Subhalakshmi would get up in the morning and start singing those ragas, you don't think that is sadhana? Every musician out there that practices 8 hours, 9 hours, they are doing sadhana. What are you doing for extended periods of time to focus yourself with? So you tell me, oh, I can't do 108 japas. I mean, that's bullshit. Out there you are having, buying things you don't need, doing things you really don't need to do. For right now in Kali Yuga, it's a time that you can really expedite your spiritual progress. So sit in silence with yourself. Sit in silence with yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in growing love. Invest in growing a deep connectedness with all of life and all of creation. Invest in forgiveness. For that is true spirituality, not me coming here mouthing off some, you can't buy gods. You can't come and just, I killed a man. So, I'm going to give Siddhi Vinayak 10 crores and, okay, not 10 crores, maybe too much, okay, maybe a crore. And Manish, if you are the guy from the group, I've already explained in this live what you need to do. But the discussion continues. So you can't buy God. For F's sake, invest in growth, invest in knowledge, invest in love. So if you are not doing that, hello, you're not going to be happy. So if you are in that stage, maybe Vinayak is asking you, just stop already. What the hell? There's infinite lifetimes for F's sake. What are you doing? Right? Take a deep breath. Take in love. Breathe out gratitude. And in that silence, in that moment of breath suspension, say Glaum and connect to Ganesha. In that moment of surrendering your heart to everything that ever is or was or will be, chant Om Gung. For Gung is a protection beach. And Gung will protect, if you intend it, will protect not only you, your family, but all of earth. So if there is a tree around you that is maybe an ancient tree and someone's trying to cut it off or it doesn't have enough nutrients, of course you can, water it, give it nutrition. But you can also just hold the tree and say, Om Gung, and request Ganpati that please protect this tree. For that is connection. Not Ganpati, I'm doing Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Give me the money, give me the husband, the rich husband, give me that car. Yeah, okay, material wealth is fine. Do you know, in my life, I have been doing this line of work for ages. So I rarely meet someone who, yes, Goom. I rarely meet someone who comes and tells me that they are learning any vidya or any tantra because of spiritual progress. That's why Michael and Amanda are so special. Because from the very beginning, they want spiritual progress. And this speaks of the connection they have with divinity, wanting to just love without expecting anything back in return. Oh, I love you, Uchishta Ganapati, but where is my money? Or where is my house? Or where is my day? Okay. Oh, I love you, Tripura Sundari. I will pray to the Medu every single day. And, when will I get my husband who's wealthy? Or when will I get my wife who's wealthy? That's, again, you're wasting time. There's infinite deaths and births, and the cycle doesn't stop, and the souls are when in Saundarya Lahiri it is said that Brahma creates the Pangsu, okay, Pam, P-A-M dot Anushwara, S-U, or cosmic debris from the feet of Lalita Tripura Sundari, and creates all the 14 lokas. So, just the cosmic debris from her feet creates universes. So yeah, she can give you wealth untold. But yeah, spiritual liberation, again, when we talk about spiritual liberation, there's a story that I must tell. That, in the Vajrayana tradition as well as in our Sanatan Dharma, we have the concept of the Bodhisattva or the Parama Yogi or Brahma Rishis. Now, these guys are liberated souls. They don't need to come back. But they still do, just to help us. And you won't believe Medicine Buddha, he's one of the Buddhas. He's also blue in color, just like Uchishta Ganapati, he is blue in color. And Medicine Buddha Sangye Menla, he took the 12 vows. Exactly. When you take the 12 vows, when Medicine Buddha took the 12 vows, and he vowed to keep coming back to come to the protection of every single person who has no one, no food, no protection. These are bodhisattvas who have broken the cycles of birth and death. Yet they want to come back. Yet they want to come help us. Yet they want to come and save us. The Mahayogi, that's what they do. That's what Babaji did. Babaji is not going to die this whole Manvantara. So Babaji has vowed to be alive, to come when need be. Babaji will come. Babaji will not give up. That's why he is Mahavatar Babaji. Doesn't need to be here. What did Krishna say? He said that no matter, where I am, yes, no matter where I am, I will come back. Yada yada yidharmasya glanev bhavati bharata abhyuthyanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya tadushkritam dharma sangsthapanāthāya sambhavani yuge yuge. I'm not a singer, so I must have botched that. But the point of this is that whenever there is a dharma, whenever there is the imbalance of the cosmic law, I shall incarnate. I shall be here in person, right? I shall come for you are me. You are not different from Krishna. There is only one soul that has incarnated as all of us. One soul. You are me. I am you. If you don't like something about me, it's because you don't like that in you. If I don't like something in you, it's because I cannot face that in me. So, there is one soul, and that one soul is the amalgamation of Shiva and Devi. That's why when Shiva is the Prakasha aspect, the Prakasha could mean, be translated as illumination, but it does not mean illumination. It means absolute consciousness. For when it is actually the Devi who wakes up in him, in his consciousness, as a spanda, as a throb. And once that happens, Shiva and Devi copulate in the Viparit Methun, the inverted intercourse. And through that day, the three bindus, that's why the vagina is also the shape of a triangle. And that's why Lalita Tripura Sundari is worshipped in a triangle. So that white bindu, which is Shiva bindu, mixes with Shakti bindu, which is red, and together they form the Misra bindu. And that Misra bindu, again, through the Viparit inverted triangle, creates the universe. Everything comes in threes. Omni trium perfectum. Once you see something one time, like, okay, 2 times, really? 3 times? Dang, that is a pattern. So, threes. So, when the Shiva and Kameshwar and Kameshwari together, when they are united, it is when they are one, when they are just only Shiva Tattva, there is no creation. But when Shakti wakes up as a spanda and engages, becomes unmatta and engages Shiva, it is then all of Shiva becomes, half of Shiva is Ardhanarishwara at that point. Half of Shiva vibrates with redness. Red being the Doppler effect, the far widening reach of consciousness. Shiva is translucent like water, and Shakti is red, luminescent, red, vibrating red like blood. They join when she sits on his left lap. Shiva starts to resonate. Together they appear as the rising sun. But slowly and surely, Shakti penetrates Shiva's body. From his left lap, which is the symbol of Uchishta Ganapati. The very secret of Uchishta Ganapati is not a phallic symbol, a god, having sex. It is this very symbolism that the feminine energy first sits on the left lap. And I mean, when I say left lap, it is not human. We are just using these words for contextual, conceptual understanding. There's no lap of Shiva. Right? It's just a way for us to explain things. We don't have words for all that, right? So when she first begins to move into his left side. From the left side, she merges into his left side. And Shiva becomes Ardhanarishwara. And then Shakti Tattva rises. That is when creation, that's when Shiva says, like the orgasm. Like, so. Right? The Shiva Bij. So. And that is when all of creation happens. Right? So what we understand as copulation is rather primitive because these are cosmic forces. So, we are talking about things we cannot even comprehend. It's like us looking through James Webb telescope and like, oh wow, that's nice. It's a pillar of creation. Oh God, that's the Nataraj. So we don't understand this. Uchishta Ganapati symbolism is very simple. It is the echo of the amalgamation of Kameshwar and Kameshwari. Second book of Uchishta Ganapati is going to be rather interesting. I promise you that. I will get to working on that and hopefully in 2-3 days I shall finish it. And that book is going to explain a lot. You're going to have more course material on Uchishta Ganapati than anywhere in the world. For there is honestly nothing on Uchishta Ganapati. Okay, it's just regurgitation with 4-5 lines everywhere, just regurgitation. So this is what Uchishta Ganapati stands for. The merging, the echo of the merging of Kameshwar. And yeah, I will teach Manasa Devi sometimes. Sometime. I will. But when, I don't know, because this month is just Ganesha. So I will try to come live, like I said, whenever I can. I'll get working on the book. I'll be putting out exercises every single day. So I'm going to keep putting up every single day, posts on the group, things to do, Sahasranamas to listen to. Then listen to the Sahasranama. Make notes when you watch these videos. Write down things that touch you. But that's how you know what your heart is telling you. Invest in yourself. Invest in your happiness, your peace, and a deep connectedness to all creation. Uchishta Ganapati gives that because he is the merging of Kameshwar and Kameshwara in the Sarvanandamai Chakra. Sarvanandamai Chakra, where we give the Trikhandam Mudra. Sarvanandamai Chakra, the dot, the 9th Avarana, the 44th triangle. That is what Uchishta Ganapati actually represents. Now, no Sri Vidya person is going to tell you because we don't actually reveal all this to the world. We don't actually tell them what this is because we want the student to tell us what this is. We want the student to tell us that, but Ma, Uchishta Ganapati reminds me of the merging of Kameshwar and Kameshwari in the Sarvanandamai Chakra, in the 44th Avarana. I want my student to tell me that, right? Okay, so this is how you study. All of these things are not, you can't learn Tantra from a book. Like honestly, there's no writing course out there that can teach you to write. You know what my father used to tell me? Just write. There's no writing course to teach you. There's no painting course that can teach you to paint. Oh, you can learn the laws of composition, the triangle of, focus and all of that. But blah. If you want to be a writer, get out there and write. If you want to be a YouTuber, get out there every day and make videos. If you want to be a sadhak, get out there, do your mantra. Learn what to do with yourself. Stop wasting time. Although there is no time. There is no time. Yet, there is time in our body consciousness. The soul accrues different karmic debts. And it must come back again and again and again to infinity. And some of us will possibly come back again once we break the liberation, birth to rebirth cycle, just to be with others. For we know what they have gone through. And we don't want anyone to go through that. You know, the two mentalities that an abused person feels. Oftentimes psychologists say that the abused becomes the abuser. But in the odd case, the abused becomes the rescuer. For when you have been abused, hurt, ravaged by the world, you can go out there, ravage the world. But you can go out there and help the world, heal the world. One person you can, touch deeply. All I say is that through my writings, through my videos, if it's one person that I have taught correctly, the essence, one person is enough. For that one person will take the torch, that one person will move forward. So, think of what you want to do. For this month is full of Ganesha energy, which is why I'm here, telling you what to do, which is why I formed the WhatsApp group. Nobody will teach you all these things for free. This is very, very advanced concepts. It takes decades to study, decades of hard work, laborious nights, days, and all of this. Okay? So, no one's going to come out there and tell you how Ganesha was who was Ganesha in the Rig Veda, who was Ganesha in the Smriti. You won't get a video about this. So, if you want to love Ganesha, if you want to know him, why not know his origin? Who was he? Right? Who was he? Who was he in the ancient time? Was he even there? Then oh my God, he's a Rigvedic Brahmanaspati. Makes sense. Brahmanaspati, Ganpati. Right? And then we see, once we try and understand how he is the belly of the gods, we immediately understand his association to Agni. Indra, because he's a ruler. All Vinayakas are celestial rulers of different universes. So, back to the discussion. As I said, that these malevolent Vinayaks in the Mahabharata, they had to be propitiated. Otherwise, any work of importance you're undertaking is gonna get foiled. Be prepared. Right, and then finally, there are many amount of Vinayaks, like I told you. Finally, it was fixed at 5 or 4, which, later on became 4. Some even made 2 or 14. Yes, so know his history. Write notes when you watch the videos. Get the books, because the books are really invaluable. You won't get this kind of information anywhere. I have read every single book out there in the market on Tantra, Ganesha. You will not get this. It's not that, I'm the best writer of all time. So look at me. I'm going to, win a Nobel for this. Did they win a Nobel for spiritual writing? I don't think so. But yeah, I'm going to win some God knows what award. No. There is no book like this. And I tell this to you as a reader. Okay, now, as I said, that these spirits, the 4 Ganapatis that were finally settled upon, right? Now, there is a little bit of name differences to these four Ganpatis, but they were mostly Mita, Samhita, Shalakantaka and Kushmanda. These were the major four Vinayakas mentioned in the Mahabharata. And think of any obstacles, right? They will cause this. Ill health, divorces, danger, right? Bad luck. It was also believed during the Mahabharata, the Treta Yuga, that these Vinayaks would seize random people and then they would torture them, right? So so they had to be propitiated, right? And many texts, especially the Yagnavalkya Smriti, which says that these Vinayaks were the offsprings of Ambika, the mother goddess, all right? And they were appointed by Brahma and Rudra to preside over the many groups of Vinayakas. So these four main Vinayakas, again four, with Ganesha worship, you'll see fours are like forever echoing. So four Vinayaks were chosen as the leader by Brahma and Rudra. And they had to, keep the different worlds in control. Sounds like a bad way to explain it, but they had to keep these worlds functioning. The functionality aspect of Ganpati, right? So they had to be propitiated, all right? Now, offerings that were made to the four Vinayakas also. So ultimately what happened was that in the texts, in the Smriti times, it was said that yeah, there are these groups of Vinayakas, yeah, there are these four main Vinayakas that rule over all these groups, but they are not different. They are one being. So, Brahmanaspati, Brihaspati, Indragni, Vachaspati, Rudra Shiva, Vinayaks, actually one being. One being, alright? So, that's something to think of, one being. So, offerings. What could be good offerings? Fish. What is the meaning of fish? The esoteric meaning of fish is pranayam, control of breath, the movement of prana and apana through the ira and pingala. And eating fish is controlling the breath, bringing the prana and the apana onto the most sensitive nadi, sushumna nadi, from where the kundalini rises. So if you are just reading the kavach or if you're just reading the texts, there are ciphers, levels and levels of ciphers. What is the meaning of fish? Why was he offered fish? He was offered pranayama and mantra siddhi, and the coming of the prana and apana from ira and pingala into sushumna so the kundalini can awaken. Simple. Fish. So, all of this is in the workshops. I'm not going to explain all of this, and also in my upcoming book I have explained. I think also in my last book I did. And not to forget, like I don't know how many write-ups and how many videos I have on Ganesha. Tons, right? Somebody should make like like videos, my videos. Somebody should post them on the group, like relevant videos that you think that other people can study. Because honestly, I don't have the time to do all this. So if some of you guys, take the initiative to look through, okay, and concise, come up, or if there's somebody who's an editor here. For instance, a lecture of mine that goes around for like 2 hours or an hour and a half will have in it so many separate small videos. So people in the group, if you do editing, If you do anything and you want to really help out and spread the message, get people grounded, get people, happy, healthy, that's all I pray for. That is somebody in the group was asking, what are we manifesting? To me, that's clear. It's pretty clear. I wouldn't even ask at that point. What are we manifesting? Hello? What does it look like we are manifesting? Right? Great sex and booze. But yeah, on a more serious note, what are we manifesting? A life where not only me who's happy, but all of you are happy. We are all happy. We are all abundant. We all have the loved ones, that we want close to us. That is what I wish for. That has been my please, maybe Amanda can. I don't know. Amanda's like our one-stop shop for everything. Amanda, can you do this? Sorry, Amanda. But hey, guys, anybody who's a video editor and who has some free time, please write to Tina. So just come on the group and drop a message. So you can then, correspond with Michael and help making small videos. Quick videos, explanation of Vinayak, or quick video, mantra, or just quick things that people who are searching. It's difficult to take a lecture. Yes. So this is not just my foundation. So I don't want to be like, some kind of guru or baba. I just want to do my little bit work that I'm doing. And perfect. The living goddess, I know your name. I'm not going to say it on another live, but she's a very special girl, this one. And she's going to be initiated soon. So I am Vru, thank you. Vru S, thank you. Please fall in love with Uchishta Ganapati, because, for me, I never connected to Ganesha in the beginning, and I feel kind of embarrassed, like, when you're like married to your husband and then, you never thought of that guy as your husband, but then he is, and then you're like telling the story later on. But seriously, I never thought of Ganesha. In Calcutta, we are all Matri Bhakts, Kali and Dasha Mahavidya and Bagala. Tripura Sundari, Sodoshi, we call her more than Tripura Sundari. Sodoshi, Kamakhya. So that importance to Ganesha, I didn't understand. I mean, okay, before all ritual, you have to propitiate Ganesh. In Durga Puja, before Durga Puja, Ganesh has to be worshipped with kolabau, which is a tree, a banana tree. So before Durga Puja, Ganesha comes with kolabau. Okay, kolabau is his consort. So you were like, okay, Ganesha, wow. Then when I came to Maharashtra in Bombay, and that's when I realized that, oh my God, okay, Ganesha is huge. And then, out of the blue, I was confronted with this imagery of Uchishta Ganpati. And I had always thought that, Ganpati, I didn't realize the Ganpati in a sexual embrace. To me, that was like, I couldn't imagine that. But when I saw him, like the chit chat just faded away. And it resulted in such a deep silence that I could not do anything but notice that silence, growing inside of me. And that is why when I realized Uchishta Ganpati as Kameshwar and Kameshwari, that is when my whole world, my whole understanding sort of aligned itself. And then, of course, if you're an astrologer, you cannot escape Uchishta Ganpati. All right? So this is there in my book. Please buy my book. it is just $11. It's pretty cheap. I have already explained this in about, I think, what, like 10, 20 videos and a book. So I'm not going to go there again. All right. Why are they touching each other? That's very important. Book 2 coming up. All those that want to pre-book book 2, only till the 15th will it be available for $11. After that, we are putting the price up. So, yes. When there is all this information available, it's worthwhile to delve into it, right? And now coming back to the Vinayaks and their naughty activities, right? They are very, very naughty, like I told you. They were the sons of Amba. Not sons actually, but 4 different manifestations of one Vinayak. Now, these Baudhyana Kalpa, right, says that this Vinayak king, the lord of the worlds, master of all beings, the very personification of obstacles. And he's described as fierce. All right, fierce. Yeah. Part 2. Yeah. Fierce, right? Courageous. Elephant-headed and bestower of boons. Now I'll read to you the names of how these 4 Vinayaks, that were ultimately one Vinayak, how do we propitiate him? This is according to Baudhyayana Kalpa text. So, Om Bhupataye Namo, Bhuvanapataye Namo, Bhutanang Pataye Nama. Om Vinayakaya Bhupataye Namo Vinayakaya Swaha. Om Vinayakaya Bhupataye Namo Vinayakaya Swaha. Om Vinayakaya Bhupataye Namo Vinayakaya Swaha. So this one line must be repeated 4 times. What is that line? Om Bhupataye Namo Bhuvanapataye Namo Bhutanang Pataye Namah. Alright, oh, and now the names of the Vinayakas. Om Vignaya Swaha. Om Vinayakaya Swaha. Om Viraya Swaha. Om Shuraya Swaha. Om Ugraya Swaha. Om Bhimaya Swaha. Om Hastimukhaya Swaha. Om Varadaya Swaha. Om Vignapashta Devya Swaha. Om Vignapashta Divya Swaha. So this is how we invoked that one Vinayaka who was actually 4 Vinayakas into one. This is mentioned in the Smriti. Now this very Smriti text prescribes modaks as the best offerings for these Vinayaks. If you want to appease the Vinayaks, you've got to offer them apupa or modak, right? And so can you imagine this is going on from like the Smriti, the Mahabharata time, yeah, Treta Yuga, right? So we have all this crazy stuff happening. Now, in the context of the Smritis, worship of Vinayak, or he was also called Ganadhipati, it is usually resorted to while the mother goddesses or matrikas are propitiated. Okay, Gobhila Smriti says that matrika puja and Ganadhipa puja must precede all other rites. Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I think you can just start with the Bij mantra of Ganesha and see what it takes you. And like, you have the option to learn it from me. So if you can do that, just get the book. Even if you can't, buy a workshop, you can always get the book. You don't need to do it by yourself. Yes, it's not easy because do you know the pronunciations? Do you know what each word means? So no, Tantra studies, it cannot be done if you don't have firstly any association to this culture, deep embedded knowledge of pronunciations, how to enunciate. Different words have shades of meanings. So it's always best to learn. Well, now everything is online, so you can just get a master anywhere. You don't need to be in Europe to get a master. Everything is online right now. So yeah, as I was saying, that the true student is going to find when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And believe me, this is an infallible truth. So when you are ready for anything, and if you try to force, like for instance, a relationship, or like you're trying to force your BF to be your BF or your GF to be your, wife, if it's not meant to be, it can get really ugly. But when it's meant to be, they just appear. It's magical. All right. Now, says that, so I said that this Matrika Puja and Ganpati Puja are to be done first before any rites, any rituals. It's made abundantly clear here. All right. So there are Shapta Matrikas, okay, and you can see Ganpati with the 7 Matrikas all over different temples in India. Okay, it's all over. Now, in the Matrika Puja, this Smriti time Matrika Puja, there were 6 Vinayak forms at first. Not even 4, there were 6 Vinayak forms. And they were Moda, Pramoda, Sumukha, Durmukha, Avignya, and Vignakarta, the creator of obstacles. Vigna, obstacles, Karta. Alright? And they are required to be invoked in heaps of grain, wheat. Alright, and Matrikas were Gauri, Padma, Shachi, Medha, Savitri, Vijaya, Jaya, Devasana, Swadha, and Swaha. These were the 7 Matrikas, right? And these Matrikas were the mothers of the worlds, multiple worlds. Mataro Lokama Tara. Okay, so and as I said that all of these Matrikas and the 6 Vinayakas had to be invoked in rice grains or in betel nuts. Akshata Punjeshu Pugi Faleshu Va Niveshya. Okay, Niveshya. Now, along with these Lokamatras, right, 3 Kula Devatas are also mentioned in this worship. Rishti, Pushti, and Tushti. Alright. So, and this worship is the 16 process puja. Okay. Sodashopachara puja. And before this, you can comment on the Sodashopachara puja. You have to propitiate the 6 Vinayaks. I already named them. Right? And you have to recite their names and on the heaps of grain, even before you can call upon the Matrikas. So, we already know from this time that Ganpati must be worshipped first. Right? And the Smriti manual mentions that the Matrikas are superior in status to Ganesha. Right? Because they're the mothers. Right? And this Ganesha is actually different from Vinayakas. So actually uh, it's like one energy, but different levels of that one energy. So there. Now, although it is said in the text that Matrakas are superior, but Ganesha's name had to be taken before the Matrakas' names could be taken. For instance, how would they be said? Om Ganeshaya Namo Ganesha Mavahayami Avahayami Om Gove Namaha. So, before anything, Ganesha's name has to be taken, okay? You cannot take Gauri, for instance, was the main mother, okay, who's different from the Saptamatrikas. Gauri, like Shiva's wife, Gauri, Uma, right? And she was known to be the independent mother goddess, right? And Gauri was Ganesha's mother, right? And in the beginning, actually, Gauri was not associated to Parvati. But later on, through the Mahabharata times after that, Gauri and Parvati became one entity, all right? One, say, one mother energy, all right? And now the thing is that there are 16 mother goddesses actually that were headed by Gauri. Gauryadi Sodasha Matribhyo Namaha. This is the mantra for the 16 goddesses. And Gauri was the main one of those 16 goddesses, right? So it can be complicating, I know, but Smritis like to, pander on and obfuscate the true meaning. That's why these are veils. Because if you're not a serious student, you're what? Flaked off, done. Right? Yes. Before anything, right? Before anything, Gang Ganapataye Namaha must be chanted before anything. In our Sri Vidya tradition, we always worship the Guru, then Ganpati. Excuse me, but for most other people, Ganpati first and foremost. So, who were the three Kulamatrakas? Rishti, Pushti, Tushti. And we see this Siddhi and Riddhi also, two wives of Mahaganpati. Two wives, okay? You can even say Om Ganapate Namaha. Not a problem. Not a problem. You can even, if you don't want to say the Bij, but I personally feel that the Bij is the most powerful thing, okay, that you can think of. Now, okay, now what are we going to discuss? We are going to discuss, Vinayaks, and there's tons of rituals actually for Vinayaks and how they have to be propitiated before childbirth, so Ganpati beaches I've repeated many times. Gang, Geen, Goom, Glaum. Okay? All of these are Ganpati beach. So you can just say Om Gam Namaha, Om Geem Namaha, Om Goom Namaha, Om Glaum Namaha. Right? All of this. So Vinayak and Ambika were always propitiated, all right, because it was believed that, especially in many texts and many Smriti manuals, that if a person, right, was possessed by a Vinayak, then they will dream that they are being drowned or being swept away by a big wave like a tsunami. And it's also said that they would dream of shaven heads. People with shaved heads. People wearing just red or black garments, like those robes. Riding on carnivorous birds. Being pursued by enemies. or being surrounded by, really disturbing people. Like it said outcasts here, but outcasts like people who are troublemakers, like outcasts, anybody who's like a troublemaker. Donkeys, camels. So if you are being possessed by a Vinayak, by this, dark side of Ganpati, then these dreams could plague you. These dreams are the disease of the mind. So you take notice. So like, okay, what's wrong? What do I need to do? How do I solve this? Just sit with yourself. Self-dialogue, talking with yourself, just having a little check-in with yourself. Why do I feel like this? What's going on? Writing it down. Oftentimes, writing really helps. It's exceedingly therapeutic. So when you write down, okay, this could be it, this could be it, this could. If you have nothing, like if you don't have a directionality in life, I always say that during a full moon and a new moon, you must start with lunar rituals. And if you see also, Ganpati is many avatars, many forms, he wears the crescent moon on his head. Many avatars, he wears the crescent moon on his head, reminding us that he has a deep connection to the Soma energy, the Amrit energy. Alright, so people tell me that, I'm doing puja for 10 years. I don't know why nothing is working out. It's because you're not doing it correctly. If you did it correctly, you cannot not see change. If you do your mantra correctly, you cannot not see change. It's like you are charging your body with vibration. Can you tell me that, I put my phone to charge and my phone is not charging? Then what's wrong? Is the port not working? Is your phone, maybe your battery is dead? But are we going to question the veracity that, oh my God, phones will not charge if you plug it in? No, we know that for a fact, but phones are going to charge. It is the same thing with sadhana. People saying, I'm doing this for so many years, I'm doing that. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. For if you were doing something, you would not be talking like that, period. Hey, you just come in front of the puja place like some kind of a, drag, or you just have to do it, or, nothing will work, then you better not do it. Do something you love. Something you can completely immerse yourself with. But there is no, I'm not getting any benefits from it, because you are bound to. You cannot not. So those people who are doing sadhana for 10 years or puja or blah, 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 not seeing any difference, you are not doing it, period. You're not doing it correctly. And again, there's another type of person. I did puja one day. Now, has my life changed? Will I, you did the puja for me one day. Will my husband who's cheating with his secretary, will he start loving me from the next day? No. Because he's already on his course. So if you are to appeal, even if you appeal in front of a judge, it takes time. I mean, for once, the legal system takes mammoth time. You can report a crime. The police will arrest the individual. Then the individual will go to court. They will have a hearing. They will be able to say something. So life is a dance, a participation. One puja is not going to get rid of all your problems. It'll start something in you, hopefully. But you got to continue, man. It's not some magic aid. Magic can be done, yes. But is your karmic bank allowing you to receive all that magic currency? Look deeper, and this period, I tell you, is seeped with such powerful energies that we can finally look at our lives without judgment, without, belittling ourselves, without feeling guilty, but a real look at our lives with honesty, with integrity. If you're doing puja for 10 years and getting nothing out of it, stop right there, because you're not doing anything. It's wasting your time. But one day, if you really merge your being with the deity in question, now deities are cosmic powers that are conscious. Cosmic powers are conscious. The black hole is conscious. The planets are conscious. Which is why, for instance, Mars today is in Kritika Nakshatra, will be for a while. Mars takes about, a month to move through one sign. So it's moving through Aries and Kritika last pada, and then it'll move out, and then it'll move into Kritika in Taurus. Because Kritika has the other padas in Taurus. So that's where Mars is going to move into. Now Mars being in this first pada of Kritika, it's an immensely powerful time, because Mars is Sanat Kumara. Skanda Purvajaya is Ganesha. And this is the birth star of Ucheshta Ganapati. So today is a day like bathed with Ucheshta Ganapati consciousness and all the Dahana Shakti, the fire to purify our souls. If you try chanting Om Gam, do it. Do it with sincerity. Do it as an investment in yourself. Do it as an act of love. Do it as an act of forgiveness for everything that went wrong in your life. Let it go. Because Mars is bringing to you, fiery Mars is giving you Dahana Shakti. When you worship Ucheshta Ganapati, you get Dahana Shakti. You appear fiery. Your words, Vishuddhi, your words are fire. And people are like mesmerized when you talk. And that fire purifies you, ritually purifies your being. You resurrect like the phoenix. This is what is happening right now. The resurrection of the Mars principle inside. The principle, the energy to take the right action. But without Mars, without the younger brother of Ganesha, there is no action. What are we going to do without action? It is our actions that keep us in bondage. It is our actions that liberate us. Again, juxtaposition of two parallel concepts. Something that bonds you, binds you, something that liberates you. Do you see how free will works? It's in your hands, literally. Because you are nothing, you're not different from Ucheshta Ganpati. You are, yes. Get the book again. Because it is very lucidly. Hello. All new people, join the WhatsApp group if you want to know more about Ucheshta Ganapati. First, mandatory rule, you have to love Ganesha, even if you don't know anything about Ucheshta Ganesha. As I was saying, that when I had no connection to Ganapati till I saw Ucheshta Ganapati. I was like, oh my God, I love that Ganapati so much. And then I met, of course, the other Ganpatis, and I absolutely love them. But I love Veera Ganpati very much, and I love Hedamba Ganpati. And Hedamba Jayanti is coming. Hedamba Jayanti is on the 14th. I gave you Hedamba mantra. Om Goom. Om Goom. Om Goom. Okay? Yes. Om Goom. Or Om Hedamba Ganapataye Swaha. Om Hedamba Ganapataye Swaha. Both these mantras you can do. Om Gum Namaha. Om Gum Swaha. If you're offering something. Okay, if you want protection. Om Gum Vashat. If you're, again exercising bad spirits. Om Gum Fat. Hum Fat. Om Gum Hum Fat you can do also. Or Om Gum Fat. Swaha. Right? Hedamba Ganapati is Ati Gora, pale like the dawn, like the white clouds. Yeah. Or you can just say Om Gum Vashat. Vashat is also protection. Phat is for people who already have some understanding of the tantric principles, because Phat is a weapon. A weapon. So, better not give guns in the hands of children. They will shoot up the school. Same goes here. If you are new, don't use Phat. Use Vashat if you are being attacked. Or Voshat. Vashat or Voshat. Either or. If you're offering something to Hedamba Ganpati, like a banana, you can just say Om Hedamba Ganapataye Swaha. And if you're just loving Hedamba Ganpati, you can just say Om Gum Namaha. Anything. Alright? Yes. Vashat is also protection. What it means is a long discourse. It is a part of rituals, right? Like Phat, Vashat, all of this. And they're not given to newcomers. They are only explained once you have some kind of maturity and grasp over the rituals. Alright? Again, it is up to your guru. What you deserve. I can't give you A+ if you're a bad student without even looking at your answers, right? I can't do that. If you deserve a C, you deserve a C. If you deserve a D, yes, I do. But it's not free. So, yeah. And if, you deserve an F, you deserve an F. You deserve an A+, great, you deserve an A+. Only a teacher decides that. Right? And sometimes even when you should get a B, but you get an A. Because you've been trying. So, it's absolutely dependent upon your teacher as to what needs to be given to you. What temperament are you? Are you Sattvic? Are you Rajasic? Are you Tamasic? Kolas, there are 3 types of kolas. Are you Dakshinachari kola? Are you Vamachar kola? Or are you Divyachar kola? All these things can't be, decided over a live on YouTube. That's why Tantra cannot be learned by reading texts. It's simple. Can you learn ABCD from books if you don't know ABCD? Like, hello, where's your mom? You need your mom to teach you. ABCD, abacada. It's very simple. Okay? very simple. You cannot learn ABCD on your own. You got to know, you can have someone to teach you that. So, Varshat the Varshat depends, the knowledge will come to you when you deserve it. As simple as that. And that knowledge cannot be decided, the handing over of the knowledge can't be decided over a YouTube live, for sure. As I was saying again, back, oh my God, we're almost at 1 hour, 30 minutes. I'm going to be gone in 10 more minutes, okay? So these Vinayakas, right, that have to be invoked in the heaps of rice and worshipped, as surrounding these two deities are 21 in number. Mita, Sammita, Shala, Katam, Kata, like 21 in number. So that's a lot, right? And the association of Ganpati with the number 21 also goes back to this particular ritual, where 21 names of 21 Ganpatis, 21 names of that one energy that that comes to us as different waves. Imagine the ocean, right? So there's a wave that's coming and it's like gentle and it just crashes on the shore and it's beautiful. Then there's a wave that's tumultuous and it's coming and you're like, oh my God, that's a big wave. And then there's a tsunami that comes. So the ocean is all encompassing. All the waves are, all the drops of water are a part of it. But every wave is not the same. It depends on so many things, right? High tide, low tide, the moon, the attraction of the moon to the earth. So it's like that. Ganpati is the ocean. What form will he come to you? Again, a wave. How much knowledge will he bestow on you? Another wave. Two waves are not the same. So deity is essentially inside of you. Chishta Ganapati is the marriage of the male-female polarity within you, the Ardhanarishwara within you. Male logic, male logic, analytical thought, spatial recognition, female intuition, creativity, nurturing, male logic, the coming together of it all, and a sense of so. That is what Uchishta Ganapati represents in the most inner tattva. Don't know how many people understand what I just said, but this is why we worship deities outside, because it's difficult to integrate an archetype if you're not visually looking at it. We need to be visually involved with something. Oh my God, that is Uchishta Ganpati. Oh, he's Shvetarka. Oh, he's Panchalogam. Oh my God, he's heavy. Oh, let's pick him up. Oh, put him there. Looking at him day in and day out, mudras, mantras, nyasyas, Asya Sri Uchishta Ganapati Mahamantrasya. 1,000 times, 10,000 times. Slowly you begin to realize that it is all within. There is no murti. The murti is inside. That is the highest form of Sri Chakra worship that is done in Samayachara. The complete Manas Puja. You say, oh, I did my worship in the mind. You're sitting, smoking a cigarette, or in the mind, just shabbily say something. No. When you are doing Manas Puja, you have created that universe in your mind. Every part of it, it's like a set. And you are the director. Everything in it, you know. You know the scent, the sound, the feeling, how each thing will feel. When you do Manas Puja, everything is created step by step by step by step. You do Achaman in your mind, you feel like, Om Aim Atmadatvaim Swaha. Like the water just went down. Om Klim Vidyadatvaim Swaha. We feel vivified with knowledge. Om So Shivadatvaim Swaha. And immediately start to feel this calm. So Manas Puja is an art form. Not to be Samayachara worship is not given to everybody. In fact, ritual worship is not something I was heavily into ever. I was a Samayachari person where I worship in the mind. Every single thing happens in the mind. Every single force is gathered in the mind. The Mysticism is created. Every little detail is known. But now, I quite enjoy my rituals as well. As I'm growing older, I love my rituals, and I love my Uchishta Ganapati Murti. I love lighting my diyas, getting my honey, and doing all these kinds of things, and making naivedyam. I like that. But it's been a gradual process. So this is how worship is done. For instance, I'm an Uchishta Ganapati Sadhak, and bam, I start a video and I don't have any words. I can't say anything. You'll immediately know phony. But when I come, like, oh my God, that woman is, she makes sense. Like, wow, look at all the right words just appear. The right concepts are right there. For everything is inside of you. Nothing is external. It's all a simulation, remember. It's all a simulation. Maya. And it's so interesting because when Lalita Tripura Sundari was fighting Bhandasura. What is Bhandasura? In Bengal, we have a word for Bhandasura, Bhondo. What do we mean by Bhondo? Bhondo is someone who is goddamn shameless. Right? Shameless. So Bhondo is shameless. So Lalita Tripura Sundari or the Kundalini brings with it shame, acknowledgement for when we do something wrong. That's why Kali's tongue is like this. For the shame that we feel sometimes. Oh my God, that man raped that girl and then her family killed her because it was an honor killing. Oh my God, I'm ashamed. Kill me already. So Lalita Tripura Sundari destroys shamelessness. For if all of us were ashamed for every injustice that went unanswered, there wouldn't be much corruption in the world. Bhandasura is like, everything is okay in love and war. Everything is okay when you make money. Everything is okay when you are cheating someone in business. Everything is okay when you've ordered someone's assassination on the dark web. I mean, you get the point. Everything's okay when I hack into someone's account and steal their money. Everything's okay when I make YouTube hate videos and, incite a whole population to fanaticism. Shamelessness, all Bhandasuras, just shameless. And what do? Like, oh my God, that happened. Oh, just turn the news off. I can't take it. Oh my God, it's too stressful. The news is so, I can't deal with it. Deal with it. That is what Uchishta Ganapati teaches. Deal with it. Deal with what's coming. That's what Lalita Tripura is in the awakening of the Kundalini. For if you do not awaken the Kundalini, you'll always be shameless. Like, blah, just floating through life, drifting through life, dilettante, a bit of this, a bit of that. Never auguring yourself. Never giving of yourself. Selflessly. Unconditionally. The love I have for you is unconditional. But does that mean I can do my work without any money, without any remuneration? I also have bills to pay. I'm not some rich man's daughter. My father's a professor. You know, I have my bills to pay. I look after so many animals. I look after so many things. So if I am doing this work, it has to give me something back. For I pour every single thing I have in this. So comes the question of devotion. That's why we give Guru Dakshina, right? So this is the situation in life that whatever you do, you have to give it your all, like literally, your all that you have. Because if you don't, then time is just gonna pass by, and one day it's just gonna be too late, and you're I didn't love enough, I didn't feel enough, I didn't cry enough. I didn't hug a tree. I didn't, scream out from the top of a big tree or the Eiffel Towers, if you can travel to Paris. So all of these experiences, they grow us. So live is my first advice. Sounds a bit like pedantic, truly. Not advice, like just an observation. Live. Live with intensity. Live with fervor, love. Even if you lose, even if that person doesn't love you back, or if your mother doesn't love you back, love. The answer to hate can never be hate and violence. It has to be love. It has to be love. There is literally no other way we are going to get over this. Just love. When it rains, go out, take the smell of the rain. Feel the raindrops in your face. Just immerse yourself in the sound of the rain. Feel connected. When there's a fire burning, watch the fire burn. Watch the cindering sounds, right? How wood cracks in fire. Feel the warmth it gives you. When the wind blows and you feel the wind and just like, touching, caressing your face, your hair flows. It's beautiful, these things. And this is what the worship of Uchishta Ganapati gives us. The love of life. For I know, so first things and first is you've got to connect to a tree. You've got to find an old tree and you've got to approach the tree and you've got to say, tree, please, I need you as a friend. Find a banyan tree. I don't know where you are placed, but if you have a banyan tree or an old oak tree, then go to the tree, touch the tree. Before you touch the tree, say, tree, may I please come and touch you? May I hug you? Then hug the tree. And then tell the tree every single thing that you want to say. And forgive and let it all out. Cry. And then you will see that the catharsis will appear. And then continue the relationship with the tree. Continue the relationship with the tree. Talk to the tree like you talk to a friend. And you will see that Ganpati resides in every tree. For in the trees reside yakshas and yakshanis. And yakshas and yakshanis all are subservient to Chishta Ganpati. For he is Mahayaksha. He is the leader of all the yakshas, the Gandharvas, the Kinnaras. So, tell that tree, I love you. Just hug that tree. Or if you don't have a big banyan tree, just go to a river. Touch the water. Tell the water everything you need to know. You need to tell. You need to let go. Cry. Let your tears join the water. Fall onto the river. Soft undulating little waves going through the stream maybe. And you allow your sadness to be washed away. Or write a letter to all those people that you want to forgive, that have created a lot of bad blood in your life, hurt you in some ways. Write a letter and then make a small fire and then burn that letter. And as that letter burns, look at it, watch it. Allow yourself to cry if you need to. And then when you're crying, you can do the mantra, Om Gam. Deep breath, allow yourself to cry, Om Gam. Om Gam. Alright? Like that. So there are ways. It's all okay to say, oh my God, my parents hated me. My boyfriend hates me. My best friend slept with my boyfriend. I hate my life. I don't know what to do. You can complain all you want, or you can just let go. Happiness is something you make inside. It's not something you can go down, or I'll go to the store and pick up the $200 of happiness. I mean, hey, can I buy $200 of serotonin? Oh, $2,000 possibly. Can I buy $2,000 of serotonin? They give you a small little injection. And then you come to the house and you just, you have your little thing in the Vashat zone in that place, in the Shikha, what we call over there. And you have a little matrix kind of a little plug, and you just plug in your serotonin injection and you just plug and you're happy. You're still not there. And even tech will not make us happy. I'm telling you that. These serotonin injections will be available once we become bionic. You make your own happiness. Those little bits of serotonin in your brain, tell them, guys, you gotta work now, man. Not getting out of this one. Come on, let's do it. Release serotonin. What the hell art thou? Release. Anyway, we've crossed 1:36, so I want to keep this for 1:30. An hour and a half is a good time. And so I'm gonna disappear. But like I said, I'll be back again and again over this month. If I'm not back with videos, I'll be back with blogs or posts on the group. And of course, by 31st, we plan to release our book 2 on UG. All right, so much love to you guys. Thanks for the support. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Become a member of the channel, and also do donate with the lives with the super thanks. I have a super thanks, and yeah, basically just thank you, Amit Patil. Please do join my WhatsApp group if you haven't joined already, Amit Patil. The number is there in the chat. This is darkness there. Bam. I mean, seriously. So how efficient is that? I mean, it's so efficient. Amanda and Michael are exceptionally efficient. And if you join us in our movement, together we are going to take the peace and bliss of Uchishta Ganapati to millions and millions of troubled souls in the world. We shall help one another. We shall love one another with Uchishta Ganapati Vidya. We shall, be a part of each other's journey. For what are we doing here, honestly? Leading each other back home. Sounds like beautiful? It is. We are here leading each other back home. For you are me and I am you. There is no difference. So I'm going to end with, I think, Uchishta Ganapati, favorite mantra of mine. Of course, Hasi Pisashri Lekhe is my Mula mantra. But today I'm going to sing to you one other mantra that I did for over 11 years. I will sing that. Om Namo Bhagavate Uchishta Ganapataye Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Uchishta Ganapataye. Om Kram Krim Krom Sa Uchishtaye Swaha. There are, of course, variations to Hasti Pisashi Lige Swaha. So, Om Ram Reem Hasti Pisashi Lige Swaha, or just Reem Gang Hasti Pisashi Lige Swaha. And then there's Om Namo Bhagavate Ekadamsraya Hastimukhaya Lambodharaya Uchishta Mahatmane Ang Krong Gling Gang Ge Ge Swaha. In the new book, new mantras are coming up. Tons of new information, new stuff in the new book. INR people, Indian currency people, the book is 800 rupees INR. You've got the number, the same number. You can clear by Paytm and send me an email, or just drop a message in the group that I made this payment to buy the UG book 1, and I shall have it sent to you. Okay, so before I go, always remember that Ganesha is there with you. And Uchishta Ganesha, the more we study, the more we learn, the more we connect, will leave us in a perpetual blissful state. Perpetual blissful state. Even when I say his name, I feel my eyes rolling, that serotonin releasing right out there, that oxytocin, just that dopamine out there, just being like la 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 la. So I want you to feel the same, because that's what he does. It makes you feel safe, it makes you feel protected, it makes you feel like there's an energy out there. There's an energy out there that is ever loving, ever giving, ever intoxicated, unmatta, So Bhairavs and Bhairavis have to be unmatta. Thank you, you and that beautiful girl out there. Why? What happened? Suman Das. What help do you want from me? What happened to you, dear? You can join our group, and maybe you can tell us in the group if you're having some problems. Maybe we can all put our good energies, because why have we formed a group after all? We have formed a group so people can come and tell us their problems, and all of us will work together as one entity, and we will try and help everybody. So, thank you, and speak soon.